Now the painting is completely dry, and it must be dry for this next section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, in this case, my script brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of the same color of green and blue. And I want to keep this sort of a light value. I'm going to have some layering of trees here, but I'm going to start with a lighter value. So watch what happens. Let me do one thing for you that's going to make it easier. I'm going to take, I'm going to take some of my warmer color, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to add some warmer trees to this area over here. Why? It's closer to my light source. It's warmer, so what would be in that area would typically be a little warmer. So watch what I do. My script brush, I'm bringing down a tree, an area of tree. I'll bring down a couple of them, like so. Bring them right down into where the rock area is. And then I can take and I can put in a suggestion of some branches and so forth coming off these old trees. These are during the winter now, keep in mind. But this area where the sun is going to be warmer. So I'll have some of those tree branches going that way as well, some going this way. And this particular script brush is perfect for what I'm doing here now. Okay, because I want all these nice little branches coming off of my warm trees. And then you can even take a tissue if you wish, and watch. You can hit this area to lighten it up and push it back even a little further. See how I did that? That gives more of the illusion that that sun is so bright in there. And when you look into the sun that's that bright, you're going to sort of get muted edges on almost everything. So just a few branches in that area, and that's all you need. So we've got the two lighter trees. Let's put one more over here, let's say. Okay, we work in thirds, threes. So let's do that. Let's lighten it just a little bit. Again, a couple of branches and a couple of skinny ones if you must. There you go, like that, to give you more illusion of a forested area. Now I'm going to switch. By switching, I'm talking about switching color. So I'm going to come in now and I'm going to work with some of the cooler colors because I'm working in the cooler area of the painting rather than the warmer area. And it's important now to put in these branches like so. Don't get too carried away and put too many in. I don't think it's necessary. But I want to take and just lighten those just a little bit. See how I've done that? The reason I wanted to lighten them is because I want layers of trees. So when I finish this lighter area of trees, we'll dry this quickly. I'll put the sun rays in. Then we'll come back and put a darker area of trees on top of it. All right? So we want some of the trees curved, some of them small, some of them thin, some of them wider. We don't want them all standing up going in the same direction because in nature, the beauty of nature is in its imperfection. That's the beauty of nature. Some branches coming off here and there. Don't get too carried away. It's not necessary to spend too much time, but have a sufficient amount of branches though that it looks. Now see how I'm drawing that? Or not drawing it, lifting out some color? Because they're there and you want that layering going on that you see in the forest like that. A sufficient amount of branches. Don't get too carried away. You'll spend the rest of your life putting too many branches on trees and so forth. So just a little bit of a shading, a few suggestions of branches coming off. Lighten it somewhat with your brush, coming across, doing the same idea. Some thinner, some wider. Okay. Just all different size trees in the forest. Try not to make them too wide or too thin. Okay, we're going to have some wider trees later. We'll do that for you. Notice already it's starting to look very natural when you look into that forest, that sort of early morning mist look. Let's see, I don't necessarily need one there. It's going to be a bigger tree there, so we'll worry about that part later. And again, I believe that if you do this 7 to 9 times, you'll become fairly proficient at it. Those tissues are important. You can lighten those areas of trees if the color's too dark. Again, we'll just come back in here and put in a few branches here and there off these trees to give it more of a natural look for you. Let's lighten those branches as well. Again, just how quick this is. You don't have to get into a lot of detail. You don't need bird nests in the trees or squirrels. It's just a suggestion that there's a forest. See how simple that was?